Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs, all our entrepreneurial fans. My name again is JDavis. I am the host of Radio Entrepreneurs and the CEO of Mage LLC, management consulting firm in the Boston area. And every week we love to check in with Marc Z, president of Marc Z Legal Staffing, for our one and special only Marc Z Moment. Welcome back, Marc.
Thank you, Jeff. Great to be here. Great
Thank
to
you
be
very
here.
much. 2025, a lot's going to go on in your world. I see a lot of companies changing their policies already. What's on your agenda today?
Before I get into one quick subject, I want to tell you that JP Morgan Chase was talking about having people come to work 5 days a week now. So you're going to definitely continue to see back to work in the office. On the other hand, I talked to a very senior person at a huge public company, and they said that it's working very well to have people work remotely, fully remotely. So that's going to be a debate. But the topic for today is when you're doing the hiring as an employer, one of the things that is very, very important is what your employees say about you. And one of the things that a lot of the employers are doing now, they're really having employees taking a more active role in the hiring process, whether it's on social media of the organization, whether it's speaking before groups at the company and talking about the benefits of working at that company. But it's
I'll
been
just
more
add
active
one
now.
point. For someone who does a lot of interviewing, I did a few yesterday. You do a lot of interviewing. The devil's in the details. I think, philosophically, I agree in letting people be involved with interviewing, making it more inclusive with people who are going to be on their team. But generally speaking, the leaders of organizations and managers who I meet don't know how to interview. And if you expand that pool of people who don't know how to interview properly, then you really got yourself a problem. If you're interviewing not properly, you're going to hire the wrong people based on the wrong criteria. So I agree that it's a great idea, but again, the devil's in the details. You have to then teach people how to do it properly. And if the people at
Right.
the top don't know how to do it properly, don't expect people below them to know how to do it properly.
Correct. I don't think the employers are really having the employees that are being part of the interview process do the actual interviews. They're part of the process. They're part of talking to candidates about the culture of the office, about the responsibilities, about the
Good idea.
managers, but not necessarily in terms of screening them, because that's a role that you're right, you have to be trained for. You have to really know the role that you're interviewing for, and you have to really understand the hiring process and the specifics involved.
Well, you were specific to my statement. The devil's in the details. Everybody needs
Right,
to know what their role is, what the expectation is. It's not one person, one vote. It's not a democracy. And everybody plays a role in it. And I think it's good also on the other side, the person who's doing the interview to get a real feel for the organization, not a false feel. And
right,
many times I tell employers it's not just a dating process, it's a reality process. And you don't want people walking in the door and thinking, oh my God, this is not what I was thinking I signed up for.
right, right, right.
So
No, I mean, it's so important. You're right, the devil's in the details, but again, it's going to be a big trend in 2025 in terms of really having employees promote the company or the organization and really get a chance to be part of the process.
and I think philosophically, that's the way to go also. If you want people to be motivated and feel that they have a stake in the game and really work for it, then you really have to back it up with real actions. And that's one of the ways to back it up.
Right, right, right. And it's showing so far as trending that employees really appreciate being empowered, being part of the process, and being able to promote a organization they're excited about.
Right. So keeping people motivated, hiring the right people, I'm sure we're going to talk a lot this year about how affirmative action is changing and how people are changing their hiring practices. There's a lot for us to talk about with Marc Z on in 2025 on Radio Entrepreneurs. If someone wants to understand this process better, Marc, how do they find you?
Well, first of all, go onto our wonderful Radio Entrepreneurs website, radioentrepreneurs.com. Um, Go to marczlegal.com, MarczLegal, or just Google Marc Z, MARC, the letter Z, and 617-338-1300.
And remind everybody, you can also find Marc Z on all the social websites that you can find Radio Entrepreneurs. And Marc will be back next week on Radio Entrepreneurs.